As Amanda was saying, and for those who are watching on the live stream, we'll just wait a couple minutes and we'll get started at 6. So thank you all for being here in person or being on the live stream.
She said it's 6 o'clock, so it is time to go. Don't mess with Amanda. Good evening, everyone. Next time Amanda has an event, we're going to make sure it's a ticketed event because she draws a crowd. Welcome to my Mayor's Lecture Series. I'm your host, Mayor Stefan Roots. For these lectures, I invite experts. I'm considering you an expert tonight, dear. Oh, wow. To give free public presentations on topics relevant to Chester residents. These lectures equip us with information, connect us to resources, and stimulate community thought and discussion. Topics have ranged in these series from housing in Chester, that was our very first one, gun violence and mental health. We had one on the Underground Railroad here in Chester, and more. I think we've had up to, I don't know what the count is. I know we've had at least a dozen since we've started. A few weeks ago, we heard from the Delaware County Register of Wills, Vince Rangioni, all about all of the services and resources his office has to offer. You can view all the recordings of the previous lectures on the city website at www.chestercity.com or on the Chester City YouTube channel. And the next lecture, I'm actually lecturing. Yeah, it's almost like I couldn't find anybody, right? No, but, I've taken a couple trips to Taiwan with a company called Semi, and we're going to talk about how it relates to the city of Chester. And please let us know if you have a topic or a speaker that you'd like to request for future lectures. So this whole thing started from a few years ago when Chester Made was created, that concept of Chester Made, right here on Avenue of the States. And the Pennsylvania Humanities Council, I think it's called now, they put in about $1 million of programming over a couple years. And a big part of that programming that I found really exciting were lectures. And for those of us who love lectures and just hearing, different topics, I thought it would be great to bring that same concept here. We are definitely selling tickets next time. Amanda is amazing, and I hear there's a lot of you out there, so that's great. And I'm really going to encourage you to go back and look at those series. Maybe next time we'll have a brochure available so you'll see, the titles and who we're speaking, because all of them have been exciting. But none of them was this well attended. And the real purpose is not to draw a crowd in the room. It's really just to have that information presented, recorded. We repurpose it on some cases, but it's more for you to view whenever you feel the need. That one that we had last month was very impactful. It was talking about wills and estate planning and every question that could have come up from what they do in the Office of Register. Give me a show of hands. Who really feels like they know what the Register of Wills does? And he's involved with weddings as well. You know, you get your wedding, your marriage license there. But I would really encourage you to listen to that one. All right, so what are we doing tonight? Tonight, Jumpstart Chester. I just love the name because there couldn't be a more exciting animated person with energy that abounds to do something entitled Jumpstart. Jumpstart Chester, as you'll learn from her, is not a name that was created here in Chester. You'll hear Jumpstart Philly, you'll hear Jumpstart Wilmington. Those are efforts that are in place already that are a lot bigger than we are right now, but we're following that model and that brand here in Chester, and Amanda has been designated as sort of the project lead for this. I'm not going to steal any of her thunder. She's going to explain the whole thing. But Amanda herself, she's a Chester native, having graduated from Chester High School and established a strong career of work and service in our city. I got to throw in here that she was a Chester High School cheerleader, so that's where she will do a split with either leg out front.
Only for homecoming.
Only for homecoming, okay. She currently serves as the Chester Economic Development Authority Specialist and Chester Housing Program Coordinator. She's also currently serves as president of the Chester Upland School Board. She is a talented communicator with her own Visions video production company, she and her husband, and formerly served as the city's communication director before moving to CETA. And on a communications end, Amanda and I, we've known each other for a long time, but we had a lot of fun on Best Core Radio, where it was an internet radio station here in the city. And the guy came to me, I was the blogger at the time, or the newspaper guy, said, I need you to advertise this new platform coming to Chester called Best Core Radio. And the more he talked about it, the more I wanted to be a radio host. So he said, okay, what you got? So I don't know, how many we did? We did about 50 shows, I think. Yeah, it was the R&B show, so I did the content and just handed it over to she and her husband, and she made sure it got broadcasted. So we've been working together for quite a long time. Really thrilled that you're still with us in the city, because as we move and shake around here, we got to find the right places for good people, and that's how she ended up with her role with CETA. There will be an opportunity for questions and discussion after the presentation, so make sure you write down your thoughts and questions as you hear the talk. Usually I'm the person who's running around with the microphone at the end of the program with the questions and answers, but unfortunately I'm going to have to get out of here maybe a little after 6:30 for a 7 o'clock appointment I have to go to, so you're going to have to shut it down by yourself, but I know that won't be a problem. So without ado, I'm going to introduce to some, present to others, and I'm really proud to have this opportunity to bring up one of my favorite people of all times, Amanda Johnson.
Thank you. So I am super excited about tonight and just all the people in the room. I have to bring myself down because you guys made me really excited. And then I hear there's so many more people online. Again, I already told people time is valuable, it's precious, I don't like to waste it. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into this program, this information, get through the slides quickly because I'm not really a slide person because I really like to just share and bounce questions off of people, but I'm gonna go through the slides to make sure everything is touched so that we can get started. And this, tonight, is truly going to be a jump start for Chester. And the way that this crowd looks today, I think we're getting off to a good jump start. Come on, I know it might have been corny, but it's still fun. Pun intended. So like Mayor Root said, that I am from Chester, Pennsylvania. I am a Chester High alumni cheerleader. My husband was going to be here tonight, but he wasn't able to make it. And that is my husband of 27 years. I met him in the halls of Chester High School. We are high school sweethearts, went to the prom. He was a football player and I was a cheerleader. Yes, we got that Grease theme going on, but I just like to show that because, you know, everything I do is to help with Chester. And I see some of my fellow classmates. I'm excited to see that. So let's go ahead and get into this, and we're going to have questions. So let's get through these slides. Jumpstart Chester! First, I want to thank Riverfront Alliance of Delaware County. They are the managers of this program. Can you hear? I want to make sure people can hear me because I had enough people screaming at me saying, I can't hear you. Okay, so Justin, you're going to keep an eye. All right, so we first want to thank them for managing this program, and let's go ahead and get into it. Please take notes if you have any questions. We are going to take some at the end of the presentation. Oh, I was going to say it's going to show the presenter view on the other way. All right, so guess what? We're not going to do the presenter view. I actually got a lot of clicks to do. I got a clicker? Yeah, you sure the Wi-Fi is not going to be in the way? I get a clicker, y'all. It might be, ooh, I might sit over there in the corner and.
There you go.
I don't know what to do with myself. All right, let's go. So, Jumpstart. Oh, I don't use a clicker. What is Jumpstart Chester? So, Jumpstart Chester, I'm going to kind of bounce off some of the slides because I want to make sure that you get the concept of what it is on paper. It's a unique community development program that will train, mentor, and help provide funding to aspiring current real estate developers in the city of Chester. And right here in the middle, build wealth locally. Build wealth locally. And it will create opportunities for local residents to invest. I know a lot of people in our community say, I want to get into development, I want to invest, but I don't know how. This program is going to help you, or I started and I got stuck. This program is to help get you moving forward with your program. Train and help first-time investors. So if you've never bought a home, if you've never developed, don't worry about it. That is what the training program will be for. And encourage a healthy mix of affordable and market rate housing. Everybody knows we have to have a balance. If we're gonna have the money flowing in, we gotta have a balance of affordable and market rate housing. And improve neighborhood safety of raising property value. So if an abandoned house can bring down the value, what can new development bring? Bring up the value. So that is one of the things that Jumpstart Chester can do. And did I say build wealth? I think I did. Okay. All right, Jumpstart. Here is the history. So Jumpstart Chester. We are probably just first hearing about this, but this is not new. You have Jumpstart Philly, Jumpstart Germantown, Jumpstart Wilmington, Jumpstart Newark. Jumpstart is not a new program. And guess what? They are thriving. They are thriving in building homes for people in those communities. So we are grateful that Jumpstart Chester is coming to Chester. And this photo is actually Ken Weinstein, who facilitated the Jumpstart Germantown program. And as you can see, they're going through the different places to make sure that you can get that first look on how to develop from the ground up. And this photo is actually from an article in the Philadelphia Tribune. And it's about them showing how rehabilitation can be affordable and be done in our community. So there are multiple articles. If you look up Jumpstart Philly, Jumpstart Germantown, you're going to actually see those different articles where people have testimonies where parents are saying, you know what, I would have never been able to afford a house. But because of the way that this program allowed a house to be presented at an affordable rate, they now have a house that they can live in. I also attended Jumpstart Germantown, one of their events where Mayor Parker and Governor Shapiro were there. And Mayor Parker actually talked about how Jumpstart was going to be a part of her initiative to build up the housing market in Philly. So I don't see why we can't replicate that and build up the housing market in Chester. Jumpstart Chester training. What is it? 4-week training program that will cover the fundamentals of real estate. So it's 4 weeks. That's not every day of the week. I know somebody like, I ain't taking that class. But it's 4 technically days of training. We just breaking it down to once a week to make it accommodatable to everybody. So it's 4 trainings, 1 day a week. And that final training, that 4th training is actually going to be at a construction site. So you can see what it looks like when you're developing. Each topic will be presented by an experienced professional. I am excited with the mentors and instructors that we have lined up. We have banks, we have contractors, we have real estate investors, we have real estate people who actually have their boots on the ground working. So the people that are going to mentor and instruct these classes will be people who are doing the work. Provide connections. We'll have connections with realtors, bankers, contractors, investors, and funding. I know that's one of the words that everybody's listening for, but we will also be able to assist with funding. And at the end of this course, everybody will have a blueprint to help them with going to their first project or their next project. You don't have to be experienced and you don't have to be new. Because I know there's some people who are already developers and like, well, I've been doing this for a while. Well, guess what? We need you even the more. If you already have a heart for Chester, you're already building in Chester, then come on and join the team. If you have a heart for Chester and you haven't built anything but Legos and Lincoln Logs, but you have a heart for Chester, come on in and join Jumpstart. All right, Jumpstart Chester Network. This is an important piece because there may be somebody that says, you know what, I've been in this for a while, but I really don't want to take the class. This is the other important piece about our Jumpstart, and I think this is probably, for me, the most important piece. Because when we have these network sessions, we're going to look at how things are done in the city of Chester. Is it easy? Is it hard? Is it crazy? Is it stupid? I've seen something that's so dumb. So guess what? How about you come here and tell us how dumb it is so we can work it out? And you can tell us what you think. Now, that's one thing. If you're going to bring a problem to the table, you need to be there with the solution. So this is what this networking, you won't be able to just come and say, you need to, and like, come back to the table. We need to. I don't see a M and a me, M and E, but I do see a W and an E. So networking means we, not me. So I want us to think about that. When we're networking, we are coming to create solutions. So a part of our networking community will be collaboration, discussion, connections, partnerships, and conversation. Sometimes we are saying the same exact thing, but we look like we're arguing. We're like, wait a minute, y'all saying the same thing? But your points are different, your views may be different, so you're not connecting or having a conversation. A lot of times people are communicating, but are you really listening or are you just waiting to answer me? So this is what we want to build, a network where we listen to each other and we make a difference. All right, is Jumpstart Chester for you? Yes, if you are community-minded. If you are ready to share interest investing in the future of Chester. If you are committed to removing blight. If you are ready to create quality and affordable housing. And if you are ready to make Chester better, then Jumpstart Chester is for you. So we want to thank our sponsors. So these are the individuals or the organizations who jumped right in. Soon as they saw that Jumpstart Chester was starting, they said yes, and they started to assist us with donations. So we want to thank them, Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development, Harris Casino, and Senator John Kane, and of course my department, Chester Economic Development Authority. So those are our sponsors who already jumped in. We are expecting to have some more sponsors, so please give us a call if you want to sponsor Jumpstart Chester. And these are some of our partners. That will be Teach teaching our class. Look at that list. Yes, that is license and inspection that will be there to talk to you. Yes, that is planning and zoning that will be there to talk to you. There is Berkshire Hathaway at LSN Contractors and Construction Managers is in the house. Power Home Remodeling, Amuda Pay Residential Real Estate, WISFIS, Sanair, S&T, and TD Bank. And that is just to name the few that are in this first training session. We have others that have stepped up and said we will share our experience and finances. So that part is what I know y'all want to hear about. So that is the end of this official presentation. We do have our Jumpstart email address, which is jumpstartchester@gmail.com. We have our Facebook page, which is Jumpstart Chester. And then you have my number, which is 610-447-7793. So that is the official presentation to let you know a little bit about Jumpstart, because I know a lot of people was like, what is it? So I do want to remind you that the networking, we will be building what we do as a network together. So what our network look like is going to be dependent on what you want. What information do you want? What do you want to hear about? Where are the loopholes that we need to close up? What is keeping you from doing a development project? What is keeping you from getting property? Those are the things that we're going to do in our networking session. And we will also have a new session called Jam, which is Jumpstart and Me. And those are when we will get down. We have an issue, and we're going to look for solutions together. So those dates will be coming out. So if you see Jumpstart Chester networking event, it's open to the public. So please come out. We need to hear your thoughts. We need to hear any issues and concerns. And again, if you're bringing a concern, stay at the table and help us find a solution. So at this time, we are going to open the floor up for questions. Does anybody have any questions? Yeah. Hey. Okay,
so
1, 2.
Oh, okay. So I'm at WISFIS Bank, but before WISFIS, I worked for the Wilmington Land Bank, and we work with Jumpstart Wilmington. My question is, how are you going to have a pipeline of houses for the Jumpstarters to rehab? And if so, what is the source?
We currently do not have a land bank, but guess what? Jumpstart might be able to help change that. Again, that's one of those concerns, one of those issues that we have. Other areas have it. Is that something we can do? And if we can't do it, is there something similar that we can do? So as of right now, most of us know we don't, but maybe we can change that or either find something similar, because the purpose is to help get development done. And that is a good source, because a lot of people go to that's one of the first things. Okay, where's the land bank information? Like, sorry, crickets, we don't have one. But hopefully with this program, we can get that changed. So if somebody has land bank experience, knows the ins and outs, how other areas are doing it, we need you at the network sessions actually sharing how maybe other people do it and how we can work on getting it done. And again, we'll have to look and see if it's something that we can do here. So that can be on our networking list. I believe we had a hand back here. Yes, we're going to pass. Yes.
Hi, my name is Rose Lyons, and I'm a resident of Chester.
Yes.
And actually, I have a few questions. So the rehabilitation part, is that for homes that I could go through this program that'll be livable for me?
Well, once you develop it and you say, you know what, I want to live in here, that's a question we can have. So again, the good thing about this program is we're starting from the ground up. How will this program look will be based on what the needs are in Chester. So there is really no cut and dry yes and no right now, because we're building the program. But that's a question, again, in our networking session, if you want to come and develop a house, but the thing is, the goal is to develop housing. Absolutely. So if you are a homeowner, that's not really a part of what we're doing right now. This is to have actually build, refurbish and build houses so that people can come in.
Okay, and my other question is, all of the red signs that I'm seeing through the city with the red with the
Yes.
X's on it.
Yes.
Does that has anything to do with this program?
That does not have, now, so I know a lot of people, I'm glad that I do have the answer for that. Phew. So, what that red, because I know I got calls saying, I don't know why I got calls, but I did. Does this mean that this house is on a demo list? It looks like it's on a demo list. But the purpose for the X's is for the fire department. That is the sole reason for those. So when the fire department shows up or any emergency response and they see that X, they know that it's not going to be safe. And that actually originated from another city where the fire department ran in, ran through the floor because the house was in that bad of a condition. So it has nothing to do with anything other than notifying the first responders that this is a dangerous house. It does not mean that it's on a demolition list. It doesn't have anything to do with Jumpstart. So that's the purpose for the red X's. And those, actually they have 3 different types of styles. That's just the worst one.
Okay. And lastly, I promise this is my last question. I actually heard that there was like grant fundings for rebuilding. I heard that on the news about a month or so ago for the city of Chester. And I've been waiting for something like this to happen because I didn't even know where to begin to ask questions. So maybe this was what
It could be.
funding that's in the rumor mill about fixing up Chester, and we can all get involved in, like, not just funding, but it's like grant money or something that we don't have to pay back.
Well, that wouldn't be this one. And we have several different programs, so it's
Then
really
I'll call
hard to
you.
say. So call me on that one, and we can kind of drill down on that, okay? All right. Any other? I saw a couple hands over there, and then I'll come to this side, okay? Because y'all gonna give me whiplash.
Hi, how you doing?
Hey,
Anita Littleton. Hey, I might have missed this. I'm trying to look on the flyer. Is this just for residential or business development rental as well?
Not rent. Well, it's really for development. So we want people to get property, develop it so that we can grow our housing market. That's the main focus. Now, as we do our networking, it may evolve. As of right now, I'm not putting any limits on anything. We got so much to do that if something is feasible, and when we're in our networking sessions and it's feasible to do, and I run it past the peoples, the powers that be, and they say yes, we gonna do it. So I'm not gonna say no, but our goal right now is to build our housing.
Okay, I was just asking because when you're developing houses, it would be nice to have an equal balance of businesses. That's how you are building up and expanding your community. So that is something that you guys will be looking at.
Listen, that's something that we
Okay.
definitely need to talk about in the networking.
Okay.
So I guess
All right.
I'll see you at our networking session.
You just might. Thank you.
Good point. Did I see another hand before we go to the other side? Well, we don't have them scheduled yet, but I'm drilling it because when you see it, I want everybody to come out because what we put into it, Jumpstart, I'll make sure they're posted on the city website, and we're building our own website so people can go to the Jumpstart Chester website. It's in the process now to find out any updates, and we have our Facebook page already up. So those are the places that they can go straight to the website to find out when those programs will be up. And then we'll actually start some type of email list as well. We haven't started yet. So again, everything is brand new. What we know what the saying is for Chester. What Chester makes. Okay, that sounds a little tired. I know it's after 6 o'clock, so so I'm gonna let y'all slide on that one. But what we make it. This is Jumpstart Chester is a community program. We can make it what we need to make it for Chester. We're reflecting off of Jumpstart Philly, but we're not Philly. So we're going to make it what we need to make it. So, hey, one of our mentors. No, Gary, go ahead.
Quick question. Gary Williams from Berkshire Hathaway. Question, have you selected the mentors yet and the mentees?
Yes, for the first class, and I know a lot of people was like, I just heard about it, but we kind of been circulating it for a couple months now. So I'm sorry if you're just seeing it, But we have selected our mentors, and we did, let me see if I can go back. These are people who have signed up to be mentors. As you can see, your business is up there. But we have selected them. But the cohorts, so when you hear cohorts and you hear the applications come back out, we will have another application process. We're looking to do it twice a year. But with additional funding, we can bump that up to more. But as of right now, we're looking to do 2 classes twice a year, tentatively, because I know we had about 40 people apply within the first 2 weeks. So, and we're only doing 15. We were doing 10, but we had to bump it up because we had so many people inquiring. But again, if you put in an application, please do not get discouraged. We're going to get everybody that's interested. It's not no one and done. So this is something that we're doing for the community that's going to continue, okay?
Yeah, one other question. Will the cohorts have to attend all 4 classes?
Yes, you will have to attend all classes. There will be no makeup sessions. And if you're too late, that may be a missed class as well. So you do have to attend all classes. And once you attend all 4 classes, you will have a graduation. You will be considered a Jumpstart Chester alumni. And there will be benefits that come with that graduation, with assistance and things of that nature. I think we're going to kind of circulate.
Amanda?
No, these people are the people that are from organizations that are going to be teaching. I'm sorry, I missed the question then. What was it? So the partners on this list are the mentors and instructors. So we're just acknowledging who will be the different businesses that will be helping with teaching. So that has nothing to do with the mentees. So if you want to sign up to be a part of the class, that's totally separate. Okay. Am I going the right direction? Nope. Well, that's what I said. So once we get the website up, I'm sorry, I don't know, don't give me tennis neck. Once we get the website, we're going to drive everybody to the website so that everybody can get the same information. You could just check the website and we'll go. So that's what, as of right now, once the website is up, I'll be posting it on the city's website. I'll be posting it on our Facebook page just so that you can know what the website is and how to get there. Because again, it's going to be a lot of information, and then with our networking sessions, we're going to be sharing that information. In case you can't make it, you can have an idea or present something that way. So we want to make sure everybody gets the same information, so we will be pointing everybody to the website once it's up.
Amanda, I wasn't clear on your response when you said it's not necessarily for homeowners.
Well, some people are living in their homes and they want to come and develop their home that they live in. This program is specifically for people to develop, not where you live. If you're going to, we need the stock to go up. We need the housing stock to grow. So if we just focused on people that were living in their homes, that's not what this program is for. It's to increase the housing stock.
Okay, so when the lady asked the question, maybe I misunderstood her question because she asked about if you could get homes developed, but then you decide to live in one.
Well,
that's developed.
Oh yeah, you don't have to be a homeowner to be in this program. I'm sorry. Yeah, nope. Your status of, your home status has nothing to do with this program. That will not be on any applications, whether you are a renter, you're a homeowner, landlord. That has nothing to do with you being a part of this. Was that the good? Thank you for clarifying. All right, we got more hands. We're gonna travel back. Y'all got a lot of questions. I wasn't expecting this. Yes.
The Chester housing stock is a bunch of old houses.
Yes.
Right. Will the program include new construction, residential, and or commercial? That's
I would have to say.
That's question one.
Again, we're not putting any limits on this.
So there's no boundaries, okay.
As of right now,
Is the program open to new construction,
yes.
residential and commercial?
Yeah, if you want to build a house, come on
I'm
down.
talking about apartment buildings, because not everybody wants to buy a house. Or
Yeah.
Not everybody can afford a house.
And
Some people like to rent and not have ownership.
again, this program, we're
That's why I
building
mentioned
this up from the ground. There is no right now.
And then I think of the other question about zoning.
Mm-hmm.
Zoning, will there be exemptions to zoning? Just something to consider.
That part, again, will be a part of our networking session. If there's issues or things that we can collaborate on, then that is what we will discuss in our networking sessions. So again, this is ground up. There is really no hard yeses or hard no's. Let's talk about it. If it's something that's needed, if there's something blocking people from developing, let's talk about it. Because we may not have thought about it, but by you being out there developing, you thought about it and you seeing this issue. Bring it to the table. Again, we almost working with a clean slate. Almost. But let's come together and talk about that exact issue.
Hey, Amanda.
Hey, Drake.
There was a question regarding land bank. While City of Chester does not have a land bank,
Correct.
there is two things that they can take advantage of. And I'll let Lisa talk more about it if she'd like to.
I don't think she wants to.
One is the repository list that's controlled by the county. There's a lot of properties on that list that the county has jurisdiction over, but it's on the CETA website. So CETA website's a good source of information on that. If you find something there, you can make a formal request to the county, and then the county will make a determination of whether it's something that the city needs or one of the other municipalities need or one of the agencies need, like PICO or PennDOT or something like that. Now, there is on the CRA website, or the CETA website, there are CRA properties that are controlled by the city. Well, CRA is a separate authority, but most of all of them are not houses. They are basically vacant land. So if you're going to get something from the repository list, there's some houses there, but they're in very bad shape. If you other than that, there's a lot of vacant lots that you could develop, but you'd have to be willing to develop from the ground up. There was a question about some, help for somebody that has never bought a house. There is another program that CETA offers and controls. It's called the First Home Buyers Program, and I know Annette does a lot of
They're
work in
going
that.
to beat you up
So
for keep throwing their
if
names out.
people, and that's a great program to take advantage of because they will provide assistance with the down payment and closing costs. You do have to take the same courses that you're going to have to take with this program, but it's a way of getting closing costs and a down payment up to $10,000, assistance with, okay?
Okay. And all of those items that you listed, Drake, are in our training. We have people presenting on all of those topics as well. So he was talking about a repository list. So again, we don't have the land bank, but we have other sources that we can go to that will help move the process a little bit closer. So again, we're gonna do, that's what our networking session. So even if you're not in the class, please, 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 we still need you in the networking sessions because that's where we're really gonna be building and making changes to different things. Oh, yeah,
Good evening.
good evening.
My name is Tyler. I'm a returning Chester resident. I had two questions. First, to somewhat follow up, will there be any sort of review of like changing zoning classifications or a review of like parking minimums as part of this project?
And that, again, that's what our networking sessions will be about. What are some things or barriers that we could actually address with license and inspection or zoning? So again, if there's things that we see as barriers, then we could address them. So again, that's not what Jumpstart itself is about. It's about training, but our networking session is about change and building. So anything that's regarding, like, you know what, we all got things we got to work on. We got a lot of things. I think that most of our housing stock is over 100 years old. So we have to do something. And again, that means change. So we're looking forward to some change. So hopefully everybody will come out to the networking session so we can get those ideas into play.
Gotcha. And as my second question, based off of the partners involved, were any assistance in potentially navigating or securing state or grant funding?
That would definitely be something that we're considering. And that's really one of the reasons for Jumpstart is to help with funding. So yes, we'll be looking into different things. Again, we can't, Oh, not grants, okay. Not grants, but funding. We're gonna stick with the word funding. We don't wanna get in the weeds. All right, we got one person back here. We're gonna,
Good
I guess we
evening.
come back up.
Good evening, I think Mr. Drake answered my question. I'm late to the party, I apologize. Will this be a situation or a program where it's more individualistic, or is it better to join forces like Mr. Drake's mentioned and get a lot or land mass, or is it just going to be like we just finding little properties and fixing them up?
I expect people in the network to team up. I expect it. So again, there is no hard yes or no to anything, but I'm looking for a couple people to partner up and say, hey, you got a whole block empty here.
Right.
What can we do about it? So I'm looking for many people to team up because somebody may need an administrator, somebody may need the contractor, somebody may need if we come together, we can get so much more done. So that's my thought, but I do know some people are already partnering, coming together, say, all right, me and my group, we coming. So that's a yes. I expect people to partner. So we're gonna do the matrix and come back this way.
Here.
Oh, she can go first.
Hi, I'm sorry. I think I might be a little confused, so
Okay.
excuse me if I'm repeating questions.
That's why we had the community meeting, because it's a lot.
So I thought I heard you say that you already had applications in, but then someone asked about enrollment, and you mentioned about the website being built. So
Yes. Okay.
has the program started, or
So-
when will you
So
open
again, let me
enrollment?
apologize, because I know a lot of people, even as of today, this is my first time hearing about it. So I apologize if this is your first time hearing about it. But we actually have been advertising this for several months now. And I actually spoke at a community meeting. I announced it a couple times. So I do apologize if it is someone's first time hearing about it. But we did do a round of applications. Again, we had like 40 people apply for the first 2 weeks. So we got a good response. So we're having our first class in October. So I know a lot of people are like, so I'm kind of, a lot of people got on me like, I didn't know. But again, I apologize. But we have been advertising it for a while.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Amanda.
How you doing?
I'm well, thank you. So I have a lot of questions. I'm not going to dive into all of that.
Pick the top two.
I'll start with this. I know the mentees and everything were already chosen, but I just want to differentiate the networking event between the classes.
Yes.
Like, is everyone welcome to the networking events to address issues and things of that nature? And then there will still be the groups of the classes?
The networking and the classes are totally separate. So you have the training class, but then you have our networking session. Our networking session is open to the community. So anytime you see Jumpstart Networking, you can come out. And I expect us to really kind of be like a team. We come together, we talk about things and collaborate it. So even if you go online and look at Jumpstart Germantown, they call them Jumpinaires. And they do them constantly. They have different people come out and talk about different topics. So say, for example, y'all say, you know what, Elle and I just changed something and we need to know about it. So, hey, Elle and I, you need to come to our next networking event. All right, you know what, that pin bid thing is really crazy. I don't even know how to get on to it. All right, maybe we have somebody come from pin bid, talk about pin bid, show you how to get on, how to get registered. So the networking session won't just be us brainstorming, it'll be actually people coming to present topics that we may be need more information on. I think we're ready to go back this way.
Yeah, that was all I had.
See
That
some
pretty
hands
much
back on this side. That is full. The next class has not been opened, so it'll be spring, as of right now, spring and fall. But again, if we get more investors, we can have more classes. Yes, it will be promoted on the website. And always, please, 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 check out the city's website, because they've been posting it. And then they have the app. So let me plug in the city's app. They have an app. You can get notifications. And they won't wake you up at 12 o'clock, will it? No? Okay, so you don't have to worry about that midnight wake-up call from the app. But get the app, because the city will be posting the information about Jumpstart as well, okay? The app is Chester City Connect. I was not going to mess that up.
Hello, my name is Marnie Hudson. So, is there a scenario where you have experience and, so can I assume that you have to go through these classes to be a part of it? And if you already have your, company established and you already have the base, can we still partake in moving forward with those next steps?
Well, that's what the networking is. You don't have to be in the class to be in the networking sessions.
Okay.
So they're totally separate. You can even look at like two different groups. You have the people that say, hey, I want this training, I want this support. But then you're like, you know what, I just really want to collaborate and see what we can build together in Chester. So they are totally separate.
Oh, so just clarifying, you are not required to take the classes to
Nope.
participate. Okay.
Jumpstart Chester Networking is a totally separate entity of people that want to come together and help build and move Chester forward with the housing. Yes, Miss Anita.
Hi. So a couple things, but you said that you did announce this, and where and when?
Yeah.
Where did you announce it at?
We announced it. Actually, I came to the community meeting, several council meetings, and I announced them during the council meetings. We announced it on the city's website, and we announced it on the Jumpstart Chester Facebook page. So it was mostly community meetings and through the social media.
Okay, thank you. Then my other question is, and I just got off of work at 6 o'clock, so I'm just trying to get caught up because I'm hearing the Jumpstart name. Mm-hmm. Is this a new initiative for Chester residents? How does this tie into the city, local government's current economic development? Because obviously we see development going on, investors from outside of the city, building houses, hearing of new properties coming up, businesses all around. What is the difference, and why is there something else beside that, and how do we tap into the current investment that is going on, and is there any classes for those of us to get in what we see happening in our community right now?
So this program is specifically mainly for residents in the city of Chester to be a part of what's happening. So it's separate from what the city is doing, because those programs are saying, hey, we're open for business, but they're not teaching. This is for us to jump in and do our part. So if you're a resident, that's the whole reason for Jumpstart Chester. You're a resident, I want to help my city. How do I do that? Jumpstart Chester. So that's kind of like the summary of it, is that this is geared toward helping residents and people who have a heart for Chester help develop. Because like you said, a lot of people are doing things, it's like, hey, I want to get in too. This helps them get in.
So this is for brand new novice developers. So what about people that you know who are not novice and they want to get in part in what the city is doing? Is there a lecture for that? I mean, a lot of people are looking to invest in Chester City, and there's no information really on how to do that. How do you tap into that? Is that something we need to address to our mayor and council?
That would definitely be something for mayor and council, but they may spin it back to say, hey, during a Jumpstart networking session, maybe we could add that to our Jumpstart networking session. So this is mainly for residents who've been sitting on the sidelines saying, or either they're developing and they've been struggling, they're always finding themselves getting caught up. It's like, hey, how can we make this better? Because, people come like, this happened, that happened, I can't get this done. This is for us to help people learn how to build in Chester.
One more question. So as part of this Jumpstart program, I just thought of a way where we can possibly start developing a land bank, right?
Okay.
So it's been a while since I've looked at the rental properties versus the homeowners, but there's a lot of rental properties, right? So, as you know, I'm sure everyone has gotten those letters, sell me your home, sell me
Can
your
you tell
home.
them to stop texting me, please?
Is there a way that we can do some type of advertisement from that perspective to try to sell your home to the Jumpstart program? Instead of, just...
Yes. That is actually one of the thoughts on the table. Again, we thought about that. How can we build up that land bank? So even if we don't have a land bank, maybe we can start creating one by advertising. So yes, that is a thought that will be addressed in our networking sessions, because that's one of our bullet points.
All right, thank you.
All right, we're still on this side? Okay.
My name is Viola Crawford. I'm a Chester resident. And is this similar to Habitat for Humanity, what you're trying to do?
No. Because they kind of like, hey, we're doing something, come help us. Versus you want to do something and we're going to show you how to do it. So I would say no. But please understand that if I am incorrect, please correct me. Let me put that out there. If I say something wrong, don't y'all let me stand up here and be wrong. I'm blaming you. I'm deflecting. It's her fault because she knew the answer and she didn't tell me just then. But yes, please, if I don't say something right, please let me know. Let's make sure everybody's getting the right information. So that's who I am. If I say something wrong, correct me, because I'm gonna be mad at you if you don't. All right. No, I would have to say no, that this would not be like
And
Habitat.
also, have you considered the really underserved, like tiny houses?
And that's the thing, is that when we come together with our networking sessions, they can be a tiny house, it could be a mansion, it's whatever the community feels that they want in that area. So again, no hard yeses, no hard no's. I know some people are like, tiny houses, but let's have the conversation. All right, we're moving. A couple more. We got the wave going on. Okay. We still got questions, y'all.
I have one more question about enrollment. I know that you gave the list of, the general qualifications to enroll, but are there any other qualifications that the residents should be aware of? Like maybe, do you have to have a certain amount of capital on your own, or,
You don't have to know anything. We're gonna actually have people help you. If you come in, you have to be able to get a loan. You have to show that you can manage money. But we also have people on our partnership team that will teach you how to get your credit right. So if someone's coming in struggling with their credit, we got a program for that.
So is that, when you receive the applications, would that be part of the selection criteria? When the person fills out the application,
Will they
what are
not
you
be
looking
selected
at?
because they don't have any?
Yeah, like what are some of the things you're looking at in order, because you said there were 40 people.
Yes.
And 15 got in, but I know you said that was part of funding, but what is that selection process?
So when we went through the spreadsheet, we didn't even look at names. The names were off the screen. We looked at what the people said about themselves. Did they have real estate? Did they not have real estate? Were they new? Were they from Chester? Were they not from Chester? Because everybody, again, it's for Chester and people who have a heart to build in Chester. So we actually have a balance. We look for people who have experience and we look for people who don't have experience. We actually look for that. We make sure there are people in the class with no experience, no real estate, because we want to make sure when we get to the end of this class and we do that survey, we don't want just all people who know what they're doing because, I'm good. But the person that didn't know anything, like, I don't know this, I don't know that, we wouldn't get a real estimate on if our training is quality or not, is a quality training or not. So we look for both. We kind of go through experience, some experience to no experience, and fill the class with all three categories.
And this may be something that could go along with it in the future. I know you said that if a applicant may be struggling with capital or credit, you do offer some type of assistance with that, but maybe in addition to that, maybe somewhere down the line, that could possibly grow into, okay, you want to enter into this program, but you have some things that you need to take care of. You might have something else like a a pre-program before you enter into this Jumpstart?
Well, the thing about it, we wouldn't even know that in our application process. We wouldn't really know anyone's financial status or how they, would fare on a loan. We're just really looking at if you have a desire and what you're bringing to the table to develop in Chester. So we wouldn't do any because the financial state would not be in consideration at all. So the whole thing is that somebody may be saying, yeah, I may be struggling, but I do have a heart, and they may be on a team. They may not take on a project themselves, but they may team up with somebody who is ready to take on a project. So again, it's a variety. But again, if someone says that they want that, that's what the network is for. Okay, you know what? I don't really want to take the training because I know that my finances is not good. What can I do? We will have an answer or some way to help them navigate that. Okay, let's go back that way. I feel like we can already do the wave.
Do you want to hit him again or over here? Where are we going?
I saw a hand over this way. Oh, right here. Right here. Oh, no.
So, is Jumpstart CETA or the City of Chester doing some sort of oversight role for all the projects that are coming out of this? Or?
Oh, we definitely going to be some oversight. Because if you are coming out of this program, we expect your work to be a quality product. We coming in. You need to do a quality project. Oh, yes. I'm going to say yes.
Will there be information after the fact to see all the projects that came from it, or?
Oh, definitely. We're going to broadcast this loud and proud. Every project that we, because you're helping somebody, so we're going to make sure that the message is out there, and it needs to be a quality project. So we're not going to skimp on letting people slide, because we're going to be looking at the project as they go along. So it's like, what kind of shades are those? So we're going to be watching. That's all I'm going to say. We watching. We want good product to come out of this program. Okay.
Hey, Amanda.
Hey.
I wanted to back up on something that somebody asked before.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody asked a question about if you don't own a home now, could you go through this program to purchase your home? Somebody said something like that?
Yeah, somebody was saying would they move into after they did it.
Right. So in other Jumpstart programs, that is a possibility. If you're a first-time buyer, that might be a little bit more of a risk than you want to take if you're, just buying that first home. I'm sorry. That might be a little bit more of a risk that maybe you want to take, but that's up to the individual if they want to do that. When you find a piece of property, when you secure financing for it and you go through the construction process, you can refinance that loan and then live in it yourself. So that checks a couple of boxes. You get a better housing stock for the city, and you're building wealth for yourself. So that can happen if that's the way that you want to walk through the process.
All right, Jumpstart Coastville in the house.
Yeah.
Hi, thank you again. So I'm just trying to correlate between the two. Like you said, this is like for first-time investors, right? So or people who are not really so when you guys put this plan together, I don't know what was the thought process out of it, what you guys hope to develop, but I guess I'm confused about if this is a first-time investors and we're just coming together to network. If you're first time, you're novice, how are you gonna?
Yeah,
so did you guys have a plan of action of what you wanted to do, with this? Is there a base, or are you just saying now it's just like brainstorming ideas going on? And then I'm gonna just finish the question out. And then also
holding my breath.
Okay, yeah, and so because I'm wondering again, and also with the competition that is already going on in the city. Well, of course, again, I want to continue to say this. We have investors that are coming every day into Chester City, right? How is this program going to be set up? Will there be any land left? Are you guys putting a cap on that? And then I know we talk about quality and excellence out of here. Is it the same standards of the people who are coming in our city to do that, where we sometimes don't see that? And so I'm just hoping that we're going to be in line with what's happening in the overall city development. And was that list of people the mentors for this program here? And yes. Chester City L&I License and Inspection?
They're going to come in and talk about what they're doing. So again,
but they're mentors for the investment and things like that?
instructor. So they'll be doing a presentation on license and inspection. Planning and zoning will be doing a presentation. So when in our classroom, they're going to learn what permits you need, why you need these permits, like how you process the permits. That's why they're in the class. And zoning, like how do you read a zoning, CR2? What does that mean? So that's why they're instructors in the class, so that people can know or have a better understanding of what they do in those departments.
Okay, and like I said, I'm not trying to put a damper on this. I was talking to investors who are coming to the city. They're already having issues with license and inspection. No disrespect to anybody in the house that's here, but they're already having issues with license and inspecting, not doing what they're supposed to do. So I'm just kind of concerned about that they're mentors and you have people who are professional business owners and they're complaining about not getting things, a lot of stuff that are going on. So I hope that we would consider these partners and make sure this is going to be a program that's not going to bring people to failure, but it's really going to take us up higher to be this better Chester that we deserve.
I'm picking up what you're throwing down. I hear you.
You're getting it loud and clear.
I hear you loud and clear. So we got issues. Yes, we do. The good thing is that they are only presenting on what is needed, how to get a permit. They will not be going into that level of detail that I think like they may go into error. So this is really just a surface. They're coming to provide a surface view of what they need. Because I know a lot of people are coming in like, well, I didn't know I needed a second inspection. Oh, I didn't know that plumbing and electricity weren't on the same permit. I didn't know I needed a separate fee for this. So it's really just to kind of go over the permit process so that people will, know that they got to put the permit in the window. Some people say, no, it's in my glove compartment. It's like, now you got a fine because you got your permit in your glove compartment and it should be in the window. So that's really their purpose, is to do an overview and people can ask questions. So I see what you're saying. And the good thing about the networking session, they can present those issues, and this is maybe it's something we could take back to license and inspection and say, hey, this might be an easier way to do it, because the good thing is that they're revamping a lot of stuff, and they will be open to, to suggestions. But I hear you. Are we there yet? Got another? No? Okay, we're slowing down. The wave is slowing down. But I'm loving the questions. Thank you, guys.
Is there any state, local, county funding to support this program?
This is the beginning of the program. As of right now, we are looking for internal funding beginning. But I can't talk to the funding. I'm not in that department, but there will be some funding, and we will kind of help you talk to different investors. So that's pretty much all I can see about funding, but the goal is to assist with some funding. And I don't hear any murmurs, so I think I'm good. Yes.
And my other comment is if you're, I started 2 financial institutions on there, but if the program is looking to do new construction, but not all financial institutions will invest in new investors doing new construction. It's just something to consider.
We are looking to, what you said hard money and short term. So we are looking to get a speaker to speak directly to those who build houses. So we are looking into that as well.
Great. Thank you.
And that may change. Hopefully that changes by the time we have our first class. Yes, Ms. Anita.
They're buying, these large square foots of, 5,000, 7,000 for like dirt cheap. Right. So is this going to be competitive?
We're hoping that
business,
we start.
Or are we going to be like high price, or are we going to be in the same market with the regular investors?
The goal for Jumpstart Chester is have benefits. The benefit when we create this group, that there is a benefit to being a part of it, and we can build, affordably and accurately. So I want to say that I hope that this builds. So again, this is the ground up. So I'm hoping that we can definitely have a benefit for this program when it comes to developing. That is the goal for this program, is there to be a benefit to us because we're from here and we're building here. So that's the goal. So Do not quote me on that, but that is one of the desires for us. And that's why, as a community, as we build, that's one of the things we can put out there. So, again, there's no hard yes, no hard no, because we're building this, and we're building it as a community. Did I see another hand? Okay. I think we're at the end of our questions. All right, everybody. So I thank you. Please, oh, come on. Okay, we got another one. We got another one.
So this isn't a question. This is just on behalf of the Riverfront Alliance and the City of Chester. Man, I just wanted to publicly thank you for spearheading this project. As you said, it's worked so well in other communities. Communities that have struggles that are equal to and some greater than the City of Chester. And so if we follow the model, sometimes we want to just do everything brand new. But sometimes if you just follow the model, you'll be able to put something together that works. And that's the whole ideal here. The idea is if we follow the model of Jumpstart, then we will see change in our city, and we will build a base that will create change, not only for us, but for the next generation. So thank you for putting all this time, energy, effort, and everything else into this. Greatly appreciate it.
All right, please stay tuned. Again, we will be posting the information for when the networking sessions will start. Justin and Adrian will get a copy of that, and it will be posted on the city's website so that you can stay informed. Again, this is new. This is something we can build together. What will it look like for Chester depends on what we put into it, okay? So thank you all online. Thank you all online. So please stay tuned, and thank you for your time.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Amanda. Appreciate it.
We're going to cut that live off, y'all. And if anybody is interested in the networking sessions or the class, can you hold tight real quick?